Well, this is the part of the show where we each give you a plant that's doing something special in the garden right now as you're listening to this so that you can mark it down on the master list if you like it. And then when fall planting season, which is sort of starting now, happens, you can maybe try and source it and get it for your garden or maybe do it in the spring. So, damn, I wish I'd planted that. My pick is a new one for me that I am so excited by. I've had it in the garden for a year. This is what we used to call sedum or stonecrop. It's now Hylotelephium. Wait, no, I had it. Hylotelephium.
That's
What
it.
do you think about that
I think that's
pronunciation?
pretty good. I think I can hear the Mobot guy say,
Hylotelephium.
Hylotelephium. Yeah,
Hylotelephium.
that's what he would say. Yeah.
Spectabile. Hylotelephium spectabile. There we go. Autumn, not joy. Autumn fire, baby. Autumn fire. So this is, you know how autumn joy, you grow it, it's
Love it.
growing and
It's
it's such
fabulous.
potential. And then all of a sudden it goes, "Oh, I'm so happy," and bleh, and it splits into the middle. Wah,
You
wah,
can pre-prune it, but you're right, that can happen. So
it
so
still
autumn
wants
fire is
to
not
do
gonna
that.
happen?
So autumn fire is better than autumn joy for a couple reasons. One is it's shorter. I mean, given great sun, it's 15 to 18 inches. In my garden, it's more like 18 to 24, but I also Chelsea chopped this thing too. And it spreads out that blooming for so long. Now, stonecrop has a very succulent leaf if you haven't grown it before. It makes a large sort of, it's not really a rosette because it's many leaves, but it makes a large round clump. And then it sends up these beautiful spikes with flowers on them that are also covered in leaves. They're almost umbulate. But they're not. How would you describe them? I don't know how I would describe them.
It's not an umbellifer because it's too sturdy. An
Mm-mm.
umbellifer plant is a thin disc sitting upright, and this is like broccoli. Isn't it like
Yeah, this is
broccoli?
like broccoli. It's
Yeah.
like broccoli. That's right, chopping broccoli. Um, that is a long ago Saturday Night Live reference.
Okay, you'll have to
Um,
put that. I don't know that,
you
so hopefully it will
don't know the
appear.
church lady chopping
Uh,
broccoli. Anyway, it does look like broccoli, but it's there's so much potential. It's just sitting there waiting and it's beautiful while there's that potential. And then it's starting to turn, it's getting a little bit bigger and it's still so beautiful. And then it opens up and it's this beautiful pink. And then it starts to turn to this sort of salmon sunset sort of color. And then it goes this sort of rusty brown. And I mean, we're talking over weeks. And then it's just in your garden looking amazing for for the late fall. The pollinators are all over this plant. They cannot leave it alone. And next door, Autumn Joy's going, "I'm out." So
so no
that's why you
competition.
grow autumn fire. I paid a pretty penny for this last year, but it's really starting to get bigger, so I'll be able to
And
divide
very
it a little
easy to
bit.
divide, yeah?
Yeah.
All right, so I totally cheated and I made Marianne really mad when I said, "Ooh, I know what I'm gonna do. This is an early September drop. I'm doing the dahlia." She's like, "No, I wanna do the dahlia," because everybody wants to do the dahlia. So I, ran out of time.
The dahlia
So
drop.
instead, I asked ChatGPT, this is gonna drive everybody crazy. Yeah, I did this, to come up with 10 fun facts about the dahlia, because we all know what dahlias are. This is that wonderful plant that grows from a tuber. It's native to South and Central America, and we love it. It is starting to be hardy for me in zone 7B, because so these are tubers that you would generally lift or say goodbye to. But they, our earth is getting so warm that they are making it through the winter in protected places, which is actually really cool. Do
These
you want
top 10 tips better be
to?
amazing.
Well, I haven't read them yet,
Okay. I
so
mean, like they blow my socks
I just
off.
printed them out.
Okay.
Okay, here's
Oh,
a really
wow.
insipid one that is just gonna blow your socks off because it's kind of dumb. They come in every single color except for blue.
Not impressed. Move
Not
on.
impressed. A native to Mexico and Central America, Aztecs. Aztecs grew them for food. Okay.
Dahlia tubers are not worth eating, but if you were very hungry, You could eat
and you
them.
needed to stay alive.
They're
They
very
were also
bland.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, and nothing I'm sure that a little bit of, butter and seasoned salt can't oh, maybe they didn't have that. Anyway, they also use them for medicine and decoration. So, this leads us to the next one. They're edible. They taste like a starchy potato. Most people grow them for flowers. The flower heads can range anywhere from the size of a golf ball and be round to the size of a dinner plate. A dinner plate. There are 42 official species and tens of thousands of named varieties. They were declared the national flower of Mexico in 1963. Boring. They bloom from midsummer. This is the coolest thing about the dahlia. I mean, you get peonies for what, 7 days, 5 days if it rains?
Yeah, if you're doing singles, it's a couple more weeks, but
Yeah,
yeah, go
but
on.
I mean, a normal perennial, they're not going to be longer than like, I don't know, 2, 3, maybe 4 weeks. And the dahlias can start for you. I think I had my first bloom in mid-July. I know my daughter here in Connecticut did, and they will go until frost. And they just keep going. Of course, just like, beans or peas, you got to keep deadheading them or they're going to give up the ghost. But they are just prolifically long blooming plants. They are not great pollinators because they're so complicated. That's not from chat. That's just from me. Earwigs want to dive in there, but most pollinators don't. So if you're looking for
Yeah, that's
pollinators,
a good reason to grow a lot of the singles,
yeah,
which is what I grow just because I don't want to stake them and I don't want to, I don't want to deal with that. So the more single a flower is, you're heading in the right direction for pollinators.
yeah. And the 8 and 9 are so insipid that I'm not going to read them because I'll be embarrassed. But chat should be
You're not
too.
embarrassed yet?
Just a little bit, just bordering on. But the name Dahlia honors Swedish botanist Anders Dahl, Dahl. It's funny, the Brits say Dahlia, and I see that H and I can't go Dahlia. I want to say Dahlia.
Yeah, what are the Brits thinking? They should say doll, shouldn't they? I mean, they have Roald Dahl, so they
Yeah,
should say Dahlia.
they're misguided.
Dahlia.
And
They are misguided. Moving on.
moving on, we're done. We're done here.